right, just want to do a quick, show my trail. About 4.5 inches of snow. Can't see any of the mountains in the back. I was just coming out here to see how the snow was. I wanted to take pictures of the sun trying to come out. And of course I didn't put my gloves on because I didn't think I'd be out here this long. And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go walk my property and give another little talk about the first snow that we've gotten in 2026 here in my neck of the woods, Wyoming. This is very important that we got snow. The irrigation that waters everybody's land out here, if you have access to it, it kind of relies on those reservoirs and snow and rain. Ooh, is there a little, maybe a little bird out here or animal? That was another thing I wanted to see what's been out here. Oh, yep, it's right there too. So they really depend on all of that, mountain and foothill snow, so that when it's time in the summer, they have enough water for the season. And also, we really needed the snow or rain or any sort of moisture, because it was just getting so dry out here. There have been multiple fires, and with the Wyoming wind, that's really dangerous too, because those fires just get out of hand fast. I think the one that was yesterday or the day before was 38 acres. And then a few weeks ago, there was a 100-acre fire over by the river. So it's pretty scary when, you don't get enough snow and rain in your season, where you're depending on those things. I guess I never really thought of it that way coming from Washington. I figured, when it snowed, it was more like an inconvenience. And just so you know, if you hadn't noticed, I've been slipping when I've been walking. It's slick. Which is kind of weird because it's actually just really powdery out here. But yeah, in Washington, we just get so much rain that it never, never feels like, oh, we need snow. So out here, when I was talking to the locals, first of all, they made it sound like the snow was terrible and we have these crazy winters. And I guess that was just one really terrible winter. It was the worst winter they've had in over 100 years. And it was a couple years ago. At the same time, Seattle was having that ice storm. I think that was 2021, 2022 winter. You can look up Seattle ice storm to see what I'm talking about. There's some pretty funny videos of it. But in Wyoming, it was pretty bad. So when we moved here, everybody would tell us all these stories about how terrible the winter is. And even in Washington, people were like, you're never going to survive those winters. And so I was scared to death what winter was going to be like in Wyoming based on these stories I kept hearing. And then we got here, and of course, they're having the most abnormally warm winter they've ever had. And it hasn't really affected us, but people were saying we actually need the snow. We need moisture on the ground because this vegetation is what fuels the wildlife. And if we don't have that, we're going to see a lot of wildlife die off. But also to grow our crops for the ranch lifestyle you have out here, to feed your cows and horses and all that, you need to have enough snow or water to fill those reservoirs for the irrigation. So a lot of stuff I didn't know. It's cool to learn these things about country living. And we needed snow and we got it. So God always provides. It's another thing I've been learning a lot about in my Bible study, is that there's always a way with God for things like this to happen. And that's awesome. Oh, I should have brought a scarf and gloves. It didn't feel that cold, but the longer you stay out here. Like my body, I feel like I could take my jacket off. I feel hot. But I forgot to bring gloves because I wasn't planning to take a walk. I was just planning to get some pictures. And I'm huffing and puffing. Partially because I'm out of shape. And the other part, I think, is living in higher elevation. I just feel like when I go on walks out here, I get really short of breath quicker. So anyways, here's my little walk in the snow. Let me know in the comments what it's doing out where you live. And if you're crazy enough like me to go take a walk in it, you want to share your story, let me know where to find you and I will come and watch your video. Because we got to support each other, right? See you guys in the next one.